Wild space, the penultimate frontier. These are the voyages of the 16 Candlekeeps. Our season-long mission: to explore subspace systems, to seek out new NPCs and new encounters, to boldly roll where no one has rolled before.
Hello, and welcome back to 16 Candlekeeps, where the 80s pass their death saves. Once again, I am not Steve Archer. I am, in fact, Liam Thornton, and I am still DM for this mini-campaign. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi.
I do have to say I am really enjoying the quick change into your cadet uniforms. I'm very, very happy with that.
I'm really impressed we all had something red to hand.
Special,
Yes.
I was going to say, yeah. So we've got, for our audio listeners, Jade and Emma have both donned red tops, and then Steve is currently... Steve, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing one land not tapped for mountains. And I'm also wearing my hat if I turn to the right with my blue land. Done.
Fantastic. So let's do a quick recap of what happened last time. So our cadets were thrown straight into combat on the Moon Raider, which was found to be a simulation to test their skills. As they have just arrived at Spelljammer Academy. Moving on from there, they went and they gathered their gear, their welcome packs, their new uniforms, and found their way to their bunks. At which time, Celestial Tempest had a bit of a run-in with a moon elf by the name of Vina, who had taken a liking to her bunk, but the crew were able to make that elf think twice about messing with them and sent her and her comrades scurrying away.
Absolutely not going to come back to haunt any of us.
Absolutely not. No. I'm sure that, picking, a fight
never
with the
see
school
her again.
bully... No, totally not. She's not
It's
just
definitely not going to be
glaring
like
at you.
Regina, George, and Katie.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. And a prisoner who was being escorted, a mind flayer, met their untimely demise as they were disintegrated at one of the blocks at the entrance to the dorm. And unfortunately, a guard also lost his life after just trying to relax afterwards. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Just a regular day. After that happened, you noticed that the GIF that was the duty officer here just shook his head and then just started sweeping up the mess.
Just another day.
So after that, you tentatively made your way through the barrier there, and you went and you collected your gear from Mr. Blip, the quartermaster, who is a fantastic construct, a an auto gnome with a fantastically crafted mustache, a little bowler hat, and eyes that change color depending on mood. He leaves you with a final parting comment to say, remember to keep your gear clean. A clean set of gear leads to a clean set of kills.
Thank you.
As you depart with all of your wonderful gear in hand, I will ask at this point for everyone to make me a perception check.
Oh. Bear with, I just put my dice to one side like an idiot.
25, natural 20.
Oh, shoot.
Are you sure you want perception?
Yep.
8. Celestial.
Gealric?
I got 6.
Okay. So, Herumph, as you are leaving, you realize that Mr. Blip's counter there, he's got bars that are in front of it. He does everything from the other side of his counter. And what you first thought was a wall behind there, as you're walking away, you can see it kind of, like, the sculpture at the base of it kind of looks like a metallic foot. A humongous metallic foot.
Okay.
No.
Oh god. Steve is... Oh no. When Steve says, oh no...
Then has that smile, you know it's going to be bad.
Steve, don't smile like that. You're not the
So
DM this
that's
time.
just-
This thing may kill you.
That's just something that you notice, Herumph.
Sorry, I'm blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, are you telling us about this, or are you just keeping it to yourself?
He quietly, whilst walking behind you, will place his forearms together and try turn them and see if anything happens. Obviously, nothing happened.
If you didn't already have inspiration, I would have given it to you there and then. As a polite reminder to you all, you do have inspiration, and that
Would have been the moment to use it.
That may be something that you might want to use later on down the line. But
I'm still not very clear on inspiration, but I'll get the hang of it.
it's fine. So all it means is when you've rolled, you can re-roll. You can use it to re-roll any of your D20 rolls.
Basically, advantage that you can use as and when, and then you lose it, and then
So
it
you
gives
know,
back.
if you
thought
fail
it
a
was a bit
saving
like,
throw,
Is there a limit on how much you can use it before it disappears?
so you get one inspiration. So
Yeah.
you get one shot, one opportunity.
Everybody,
To use everything you ever wanted.
Yep.
everybody gets one.
throw away your...
Yep.
Please don't
So-
copyright strike us, YouTube.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So what's left on the list to do? You have got to either report to the Skydock for spelljamming ship
Yes.
inspection, and you have also got, because you are all magically inclined, you will all be able to report to Spelljammer Nexus for basic training, and you will also need to complete the Gymnasium Assault course.
Don't know why I want to do that so much, because my athletics and acrobatics and strength are all just terrible. Just sounds like
Is it because you as a person, Emma, really wants to do an inflatable assault course, like on Total Wipeout.
I'm so terrible at gym and sport in general. I just think it sounds really fun. And I'm well aware it's unlikely to be inflatables in the style of Total Wipeout, but it just sounds fun.
Stranger things have happened.
I guess Netflix. Ladies, should we get our home in order and do the ship inspection, or should we do training, break it up with inspection, or do 2 training and then inspection after?
We could do the ship inspection and just keep going down the list.
Aye, all right, we'll do that then.
Tidy house, tidy mind.
Yes. Clean weapons, clean kills.
Wonderful. So you will continue along on your journey, heading to the ship dock.
Yeah, let's do it.
So when you approach here, you do see that there are some guards who have blades held across the doors. The blades are glowing with green flame.
Green flame!
Thank you. It's in the book. It's not my fault. They notice that... Well, actually, I say that. So, Herumph, you're wearing your blue hat.
I'm putting my blue hat on.
Yeah, I totally would have. I just don't
have one.
have a blue hat.
Absolutely fine. So, as they see your hat...
My hair counts.
They will part their blades and they will open the doors for you. And you go in, and there are twin gnome officers called Kip and Pick, and they will show you around a spelljamming ship, teaching you the basic operations of the vessel and how the equipment should be handled. So they are very thorough in everything that they do. They seem very knowledgeable. The DM, on the other hand, is not as knowledgeable about ships, so feel free to be that person and ask questions. But they'll show you the basic operation, showing you the spelljamming helm that powers a spelljamming ship, which is, in this instance, it's a very standard, like, wooden chair. Looks kind of like a rocking chair with a high back and armrests, made from like a walnut sort of wood, but it's just floating in situ with some white sort of glyphs and pulsating energy that's just circling around underneath it. And you are informed that this is the main thing that makes a spelljamming ship a spelljamming ship. It is the only way to safely navigate wild space.
Okay.
As they are showing you around the rest of the ship, let me just double check people's passive perceptions again.
Good.
And that would be... yes, so Herumph, as you are being shown around...
large metal foot.
You see on a nearby dock, a Hobgoblin Academy officer who is supervising the unloading of a merchant ship surreptitiously slips the merchant a platinum piece, and in return the merchant hands the Hobgoblin a small bottle, which the officer conceals in his pocket. And that's what you see happening there. Do you do anything with that information?
Balls. I do. I take my uniform off. It's useful.
And immediately disintegrate.
So I have the blue hat on for this area. I am going to step forward to Kip or Pip, I believe it was, and just say, what is a process of contraband in the academy?
As they're speaking, they sort of start. You can't at first tell which one's speaking. They seem to finish each other's sentences and just keep talking over each other. So, it's quite obvious. If you are carrying any contraband, which we sincerely hope that you're not, then it would obviously be taken straight away. Now, if you're saying that something comes in on a shipment and it's not allowed into the academy because we do have very strict rules, which I'm sure that you're aware of. You read your pack, didn't you? Oh, I'm sure that he read his pack. Well, then you would know that any of our staff or recruits or anyone who is in possession of that will be subject to court-martialing. Any particular reason?
I used to work in a ship city and remember a very, very good dockmaster reminding me that you only have 10 fingers to lose should you find them picking up things that are not theirs. Just wanted to check how the policy is here.
Well, we don't really do anything as barbaric as taking off hands. No, we just, we'll throw people into the brig and just sort of things like that. And obviously they'll be stripped of any rank or title, and maybe they'll be able to retake their training, although that very rarely happens.
Okay. You are the wisest of the people in this room. You would know if there were problems at your dock.
Well, I would hope that... Yes, of course we'd know if there were problems at our dock. We don't miss a thing, do we? No!
And he will just gently kind of grimace, nod his head, and kind of step back to kind of allow anyone else to ask questions and stuff.
They will continue on then and keep talking you through, you know, how to safely bring the ship out of dock, the process that's needed to take it basically out of the atmosphere and out into wild space. As all of this is happening, you just see that officer continues walking along, looking around the area, and then just continues out of the dock.
Shady.
I'm just going to grind my teeth throughout the entire process, but I do not say anything.
Okay. And at the end, they'll wrap up and they will, you know, finish talking you through the last bits and say, but that's all well and good. That's everything that you should need to know about a ship. Obviously, each ship is unique. Any vessel that is fitted with a spell-jamming helm could be completely different. Obviously, there are the standard galleons, but there are also dragonflies. There are some very strange ships out there. You know, I'm pretty sure that you could fit a spell-jamming helm to anything. Oh no, not anything. And the two just start bickering. You feel like this could go on for a while.
Can I ask another question?
Absolutely, of course. We're here to help.
Do you know, off brief description, names of captains and such who pass through?
Well, we do have to look over all of the manifests, so yes, logs are always taken.
Just interested. I bumped into a very interesting character as we were wandering in. Red Hobgoblin Captain. I must approach him and thank him for his due diligence to make sure I was wearing my hat. Could you tell me his name?
Red Hobgoblin Captain. Oh, obviously. I assume then that you are talking about Captain Jace.
Captain Jace, of course it's a Jace.
If you want to find Captain Jace, then, well, maybe at some point you might want to go to the tavern. I'm sure that he frequents it. We can never get him out of there.
Happened, lovely. And that was the weeping. Sorry, I didn't catch the second word of it. It was the weeping.
That's fine. Let me just find it for you because I don't want to give you any incorrect information. That is.
Goddess.
There we go. Look at that.
Weeping goddess.
The weeping
Goddess,
goddess.
that's the one.
Yep.
Lovely. Just no, I will buy him a drink at some point.
Well, absolutely. Nobody ever buys us drinks. Shut up.
Well, you have done a very good service. Please, when you go to the bar next, please add one drink each to your to my tab at the bar I will open.
That's very kind of you. Very kind indeed. I do hope that this isn't you trying to cover up for something. What, on his first day? Well, maybe?
How would
Come
I be
along.
covering up for anything you hadn't already noticed as great ship captains?
Wow.
He's just nice. Nothing wrong with him just being nice.
The only ship you cannot sink is a friendship.
Yes! Dave, when I said that to you
Fantastic.
yesterday, you vomited.
I know, but this is a character, not me.
So even I vomited inside at that.
So gross, isn't it? Ugh.
So that will conclude this section here, and they will help you off of the ship, and they will say to you, as you do leave here, if you wouldn't mind just handing back your caps to the guards at the door.
On the other side of the door, obviously.
Yes.
Yep. I'd hand my hat back after stepping through.
I would make a very pointed lunge away from the door and kind of frisbee it to them, so I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah, definitely don't want to throw it with my
Oh,
arms
jeez.
still through the door.
Okay. Are you throwing it at the guard?
No.
When you say
yeah,
frisbee.
Yeah, I did say it. I did. I won't
Wording is
backtrack.
important.
I said I'd frisbee it.
Okay.
I would make sure I had eye contact with them first. I indicate and then I frisbee. There we
Right.
go.
Okay.
I'm not
that's
just
fine.
gonna straight up lob it at his face.
So you do that, and so you throw it towards the guard. The guard catches it, folds it up, puts it into a bag of holding that he's got on his side.
Thank you for not making me do an athletics check.
It's fine. I'm not gonna do that to you. It was more to see if any of their uniform would fall off and if they were gonna be disintegrated. It's fine.
Oh no, it wasn't gonna be that much of a day. That would be fun.
Before we move on to another area, I will pull the two of them in and just, not conspiratorial, but just kind of like keeping it a tone that is just between us, or at least attempting to. he will explain what he saw out the corner of his eye with Captain Jace.
Okay. I kind of get your meaning straight away and just sort of nod like.
Lovely. So where are you heading next?
We have 2 more places on the map.
Let's do the
Assault or basic?
basic. Basic?
We don't want to do basic absolutely exhausted from an assault course, do we?
No, we don't. No.
Especially not if we're required to be magic users to be able to do that part.
Okay.
I tentatively will mention that I know that I can learn magic because I'm a very intelligent boy, as my mum used to say. But I don't actually know any magic yet. So kind of click fingers, no chicken appear sort of thing. I mean, he does know 2 spells as a furball, innately. Sorry, but he kind of.
And that is still a magical ability.
No. It's more that he has not a lot of intelligence, so he's kind of like, I don't know how to be a wizard sort of thing.
That is fine.
I am only level 1 ranger.
So you head into the Spelljammer Nexus?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Hang on.
Okay, no,
Before we
wait.
step in, remind me our security clearances to get into the Nexus.
Yeah, have we?
Red.
Yes,
Oh, we're
good.
Good.
I didn't write them down. I should have written them down.
I was hoping that the map would still be on the
TBK.
screen.
I don't know why I thought the map would still be there, but yeah.
I can throw the map up for you if you want a minute.
No, you're right.
Fine.
We've only
That's
got
you.
one last.
It was just to know where we could go without
It's
having
okay.
to.
You are, for everything that you've got left on your list, you have done it the correct way. You have got the correct clearance. Everything will be red.
Okay.
Could you imagine
So-
if we'd handed in those blue caps and we still
Yep.
bloody needed them?
Yep. Like, oh.
Yep, I didn't think about that until just then.
So you head to the Spelljammer Nexus, and it is a massive room in here, with bookcases, navigational charts, all in like scroll cases, all up on the walls. There are star charts and things like that. But the biggest feature of the room is it has all of these archways, almost like a conservatory, and as you look up, you can just see the swirling vortexes and nebulae of space. Just these blues and purples all just mixing in together, stars twinkling. There is a humongous telescope that's this golden filigree and blue, with all of these strange instruments and orbs all around it. And it almost feels like that telescope is projecting the view onto the room itself. As you enter, you can see that there is a human figure sat in a seat looking through this telescope. They get up, they do push up on the telescope, and as they do, the room itself, everything that's space beyond, just shifts.
Herumph is going to instinctively duck.
Okay, just make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh god.
That is 18 plus, I think it's plus 4. No, plus 6, so 24.
Wonderful. So yeah, you instinctively go to like move to make sure that nothing's going to fall on you, and then you catch yourself and you are fine, if not slightly just a little bit disorientated. Off to the side in another area, you can see that there is a large chamber containing 8 spelljamming helms. These ornate high back chairs mounted onto mechanical gimbals that all look up towards this like realm space orrery. And the human will come down to greet you and introduce themselves. Welcome, cadets. My name is Saith Abazine, and I will be conducting your basic training today. They are pale-skinned with blonde hair, and as you look into their eyes, you can see that they almost seem to shine with the stars themselves. So they walk into the circle of the spelljamming helms and will say to you, please, take a seat.
You seem creepy.
Mm-hmm. Probably fine
I
though,
don't say
right?
that like out loud. That's just a. Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
Because I don't trust it. It's so weird. I'm getting vibes. Oh, best roll of the day, guys.
Yeah. What'd you
No
get?
sarcasm. 22.
22. So you get the feeling that whilst this person might seem a bit extravagant and they might seem a bit kind of off, it's probably got something to do with the fact that they are constantly staring into space. Quite literally staring into space. It might make them a more capable teacher, as they might have a bit more knowledge about things, but you don't sense anything that's like malicious intent.
Good.
Sit then.
Okay. Are the other 2 of you taking a seat?
Yep. Yes, please.
Herumph is gonna just tentatively walk towards it, go, I think I left something back in bunk room. Don't feel comfortable in the moving chair. If you don't mind, I've got to go back and get I left the oven on, and just starts backing away very kind of like, what's the word? He doesn't trust the chair at all.
Cadet Herumph, there is nothing in this room that could possibly harm you.
You're
All
not
I
looking
want-
in the room, you're looking in space.
All I wish for you to do is to test yourself and see if you have what it takes to operate a spelljamming helm. Now, of course, if you do not wish to do that, I am not going to force you. The only one who can force you are your own doubts and insecurities. That is the only thing that can imprison you.
I will reluctantly sit down.
Fantastic.
Whoever's sitting there is Herumph, you just hear like a very faint whining the entire time.
As each of you sits down, you see in front of you that there is a small, tiny ship, just like a small toy, and you are told the task before you may appear simple. All that you need to do is make the ship move.
You say there's
However-
one each in front of us, or just one?
Yeah, one each.
One each, okay.
However, I warn you that using a spelljamming helm is a strange sensation. You should think more that you are moving a limb than operating controls. To move a spelljamming ship is to move yourself through realm space and beyond. When you are ready, you may begin.
Oh god.
I'm gonna completely relax into the chair, and I'm just gonna be mentally thinking forward, 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 but not
Okay.
actually physically moving anything. It's all just gonna be my brain is thinking forward.
Okay. So you're adopting that tactic, and let's see. So Celestial, what are you doing?
If I reach out and touch it, can I touch
Okay.
it? Does anything happen?
So to touch it, you'd have to get out of the seat.
Okay.
But you can absolutely reach out towards it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get out and just touch it first, absolutely fine.
Okay, I'll get out. I'll touch it first.
Okay. It feels cold in your hand.
Yeah.
It does feel real. That's the
Okay.
one thing. Like, the cold there, it does definitely feel like, you've got that sort of sensation. But it feels incredibly light.
Okay. Okay. The only instruction that we were given was to move it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just pick it up and move it?
Okay. So you pick it up, you start to move it, and then Seth comes around and just says, something in your mind holds you back. What is it? Speak, or it may just poison your ability to fly.
I've never done this before, so I'm working out what I can do and what I can't.
I would suggest you follow your instincts. Let them guide you.
My first instinct was to pick it up and move it. I don't have any other instincts.
The power comes from within you, but the helm will help channel that. Why don't you try sitting in the seat? And then
I
try to
sit in
move
the
it. And you're still holding it.
I'm still holding it.
Okay. Are you going to
Can I
carry on trying to move it?
But she doesn't know how. So she's
I was going to say, are you still just, like a little rubber duck moving it along with your hand?
like literally the only thing that she could think of doing is holding it and moving it physically. If she has to go and sit back in the chair, she'll try and take it with her
Yeah, it's fine.
to move it.
You can absolutely do that.
But her brain is not, or her instincts either are not allowing her to think of any other way of moving this without physically holding it.
As you are doing that, and you take a seat and you're there moving it, you can see that Geamhradh has started to move her ship. just by this command. And as you're watching her doing that, and you're there, playing with this ship in your hand, there's a moment where it just sort of lifts out of your fingers, and you try and snatch at it to keep hold of it. And for a split second, you swear that it was floating. Sears will come around to you, Geamhradh, and will say, "Tell me a tale of your past. What should I know of you?"
Me? There isn't much to tell. I am just me. And she'll just avoid answering the question.
I have been here for many years, and I can tell you that nobody is just anything. Herumph?
Hello.
So, where did you come from?
When Seif looks round to Herumph, in his nervousness and panic, he has accidentally cast Disguise Self on himself. So he looks like himself, but he is now 3 foot shorter in the chair. So he looks like a very timid version of himself. But he's left the coat to stay big, so it's now just overcoat, like a kid in their dad's jacket sort of thing. And he is gently humming Cabin Fever to himself. What do you need to know?
Where did you come from? I sense a great destiny in you, yearning for release.
That might have just been the lunch on the belligerents on the way here. I come from the High Forest.
As you speak about the High Forest, the ship that is in front of you does a barrel roll.
Oh. I did not get the call from Star Fox. I do not understand. What do you need to know? I'm very uncomfortable in this chair.
Then you will have to figure out a way to make this chair more comfortable.
Could I get a cushion?
A cushion could be arranged. And they will just move their fingers very, very gently, and you just feel yourself lifting up with a cushion underneath you.
Okay. Make this work. I don't like it. What do you need me to do now, shiny eyes?
I need nothing from you, except what you need for yourself.
I'm going to travel. I'm going to get out of the chair, and I'm going to have the ship follow me. Obviously, and my movements are one with the ship. We are calm in the middle of the water of turbulent tides.
You see that Seirth has started to move over towards one of the other seats.
Bye.
Sits down, cross-legged in the seat, closes their eyes, and all 3 of your ships just start moving in and around each other.
Can I mentally try and block her from moving my ship?
You can carry on and do that. So I would like you to make me
I don't want her messing with my ship.
Constitution
Oh God.
roll, please. Let's do it as a Constitution saving throw.
Right. Okay.
Because this is going to take some actual, willpower and just strength of your entire body fighting against this. How'd you do?
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
And it did not help. 10.
Okay, they rolled a 15.
Yeah. I mean, it was better than the one I rolled originally.
I mean, you've got to try these things. The ships all move around, and then they move towards you, probably about 2 inches away from your faces, until they're gently left to float down into your laps or your hands, whichever.
Could Herumph also try something as he sees Saif doing this?
Yep.
And also seeing like the concentration on Geamhradh's face as well. He's going to close his eyes after seeing them close their eyes, and is going to just start thinking of the time that he taught his daughter how to make a kite.
Okay.
Shut up. He will just mutter.
So weird. Steve is playing a nice, wholesome character.
He just
Constitution roll with advantage.
Well, that's good because the first one was a natural one. That is a 16.
Okay. And what are your thoughts when you're going through and thinking about making this kite?
So it's kind of like clearing his mind and like focusing on his voice as he's explaining the steps of like be patient. You need to make it bit by bit. Don't use force because it's going to cause the film that you're applying to the sticks to rip. And like just try to teach this little furball patience essentially via the kite. Which is the specific thing he keeps focusing on over than his very just gentle, patient voice is the bright, vivid pink of the kite that he's making.
Okay, and as you are there thinking of this, the ship stays in the air just before it drops down in front of you, and the sails wash pink.
The eyes are closed. He has no idea it's happened.
Well, I must say I am impressed. I believe that you could all make fine spelljammers. Congratulations. You have passed.
Thank you.
One eye opens.
As your eye opens, you see the pink on the sail.
Hey!
And then... Do you open your other eye?
Yep.
And when you open your other eye, the sail returns to the golden colour. And the ship drops.
Balls.
Do not take that to heart. You have done very well. But that is what training is for.
Thank you.
Seth will nod and then return up the stairs back up to their telescope.
That was bloody hard.
That was interesting, I would say.
I don't know how to do it.
Think happy thoughts.
Work the way I thought it would. Anyway, shall we go and do some running and jumping and whatever else is in store?
Yes.
That Herumph can do. That is good. He very reluctantly gets up.
You made your ship change colour.
Like I say, think happy thoughts and you can fly.
What were you thinking about?
A kite. Then he will smile.
It was pretty.
He just kind of smiles and then kind of turns towards the door and like, I'm out. I'm done. This has been out of my comfort zone. I'm leaving. I'm going to go run at things, and that's what I do.
I'm gonna do that like awkward, sisterly kind of gossipy girl thing where I'm gonna like hook my arm, like my hand through Celestial's arm. Sorry, I nearly said Celestia, and I was like, that's wrong. Celestial's arm, and I'm gonna be like, so that was like super weird, no?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen. I kind of thought we'd be doing training with spells and weapons and things. I didn't know we were doing mind stuff, and I can't do mind stuff.
I don't
Herumph
trust.
can definitely do mind stuff.
He's an interesting fellow, don't you think?
Yeah.
More depth to him than seems.
He said he was thinking of a kite. I think he was thinking of more than just a kite. I don't know what.
Well, when he's ready to, I'm sure he'll open up and tell us.
Yeah.
But, now, don't to run. I'm not good at running.
I'm not good at running, and I really hope Vina isn't there.
Oh, you mean the,
Huge bitch?
Her?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. We'll show her how to have a good time if not. And then we'll just, like, skip down to
Let's skip!
our next. Yes,
Yes!
it's going to be that sickly, disgusting, bitchy girls from
Yes,
school.
let's skip.
Fantastic. So,
But, like, it's entirely false.
awesome. So you head towards the gymnasium. Don't worry. Again, security level is red.
Good.
So you get in there, and you can see that there is a half-elf, black hair, black beard, feathered cape that he's wearing, and he's holding a staff that has the head of a bird carved into the top of it. And he welcomes you in to the gymnasium. Cadets, welcome. Today, you will be challenged. You will have to take on this assault course.
Yes! Yes! I'm ready for this!
I'm raving for this, yes.
Ready for this.
And yes, so Officer Raven
Cool name, bro.
will point you over to the starting area. And as you get to the starting area, you can see that there are 4 other cadets in
God.
this location about to take on the assault course.
Oh.
That
your
you
backup
recognize
Oh, yes, we do, don't we?
as Vina and her lackeys are there.
Super.
So at this point, if I can just have everyone roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. No, you can't.
16.
You are rolling 2 again.
Natural 20
Way
plus
I
2.
roll.
22.
Okay. Is that a natural 20?
It was a natural 20.
24.
So 24, there we go.
Woohoo!
Boom.
2
You
natural
needed that hair
20s.
flick.
My dice are rolling well at the minute, and I shouldn't have said that because they'll immediately stop.
Oh no, I am entirely hit or miss.
Yeah. Decided not to use the ones on D&D Beyond because no, I like to do it myself.
Okay. Interesting. So. Cadet Geamhradh, are you ready?
Aye.
How do you
Then begin. And he will knock his staff onto the ground. And before you see that the gymnasium starts to shift as cogs start whirring and different sections appear. And you are told that you must make a straight dash through the explosions. So, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Twelve.
12. Okay, so you run through this first section.
Tiny fly.
And you are able to keep your footing as these explosions are going off around you. You believe that they are illusory, but that the sound is more the disorientating factor. And then you're told, next, you must leap across these levitating platforms over pools of electrified water. So I'm going to need a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay, can I cast Frostbite on the water?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, you can.
Please.
Okay. So you cast it and the water freezes. So if you want to make a acrobatics check with advantage.
I'm so glad I had that advantage. 24.
Okay. So you nimbly shift from over these bits of ice on the water. You're used to it. You know, you're in your wintry phase. You're used to the cold. I heard that it never bothered you anyway. And
No,
next up, for this test, you must swing from the ropes through a spinning wheel of maces. So I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay. Wow.
What did you
19.
get? There we go, 19. So you swing along and you go through this wheel of maces. They never come anywhere near you. And finally, you must climb the pole and ring the gong. So that will be a strength athletics check.
On, eat your heart out. There is no advantage to this, so what I roll is what I get. And I slide all the way to the bottom. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So as you're there, you start to climb, and you slide. How much did you roll, sorry?
4.
Okay, you slide, and as you start to slide down, you slide very, very fast, and you will take 2 bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Ooh. Oh.
So you will be there waiting, and you can attempt to retake that later on.
Yep.
Next up, Celestial.
Hello.
Cadet Celestial. Are
Ready.
you ready?
Yes,
Then
sir.
begin. So starting off with that Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution is +2. 16.
16, okay. So you just dash straight through. You've seen these explosions going off. You've, kind of figured out some timing in your own head, and you make it through. And next, you will need to leap across the levitating platforms over the pools of electrified water. He knocks his staff again, and the ice breaks, and the water starts to spark again.
Can I also cast Frostbite on the water?
You absolutely can. So go ahead and make a dexterity acrobatics check with advantage.
Dirty acrobatics check with advantage. Unnatural 20.
Okay. And you deftly just make your way across the ice. Next up, swing from ropes through the spinning wheel of maces.
I don't want to.
So this is a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
10.
Okay, so you're there and you're grabbing at the rope, and you go to swing to the other rope, and one of the maces just clocks you and it wins you. So you will fall there, and you will take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Then next up we have Cadet Vina.
Oh god.
Are you ready?
Go.
Obviously. Then begin. Let's see. Starting out with the explosions. She makes her way through there with no problem. Her lackeys are cheering her on at this point. Next up, she gets to the electrified water, and she starts to move towards the edge. And then she takes a step back, jumps across the first one, does a handspring off onto the next one, and makes her way over to the other side, landing perfectly posed, arms held high in the air.
Oh, she could just drop dead, can't she? She's the worst.
She rolled a natural 20. Then she places a hand onto the ropes, and as she is about to swing across with that smirk on her face, she turns around just in time to see one of the hammers just hitting her in the face. And she falls down next to you.
I laugh inwardly, I don't laugh outwardly.
Next up, Herumph.
Run, Herumph! Run, Herumph!
Will shrug off his coat as he also cancels disguise self and grows several feet and flares his nostrils.
Are you ready to take on the way of the Spelljammer?
Is it ready for me, Captain?
I believe so. Begin.
Lovely. What would you like first, Cap?
So, first of all, you've got to make that dash, and let's get that Constitution saving throw.
Do it.
That's a natural 20 for 22.
Okay, so you just barrel straight through. The explosions are going off, and some of them look like, because of your size, that they must be hitting you and they must be knocking you, but you are just so determined you don't feel a thing, and you just make your way straight through. So next up, you must leap across the levitating platforms over the pools of electrified water.
Lovely.
And that is your strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check.
Well, both +4, so let's have a go. That is a 19 for, I'll go with acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Okay, wonderful. So you see these platforms, and you saw how Vina did things. and you kind of follow behind where she went. You're just going like 1 foot to the other foot. You land on one on your tiptoes, and then you make your way safely across. And next, you must swing from ropes through the spinning wheel of maces.
Oh dear. Is this the dex save one?
This is the dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Come on, Herumph. You can do it. We believe in you.
That is a 16.
Okay, 16. So you grab the first rope and you swing yourself across to the next one, and you are able to make your way through. You just reach really high up on the rope, so it swings you that further across as you slide, as gravity does its thing. And finally, to climb a slippery pole and ring the gong at the top. That is a strength athletics check.
Athletics. I'm going to use my inspiration, if I may.
Okay, yep.
That was a poor roll. Which another natural 20 for 24.
Okay. So you climb up, able to just keep a hold of the pole regardless of anything that they've put on it. And you just start pushing yourself up. Reach up to the top, pull yourself up onto the top of the platform, and then you strike the gong. Bong! Congratulations, cadet.
He will respond even if it doesn't make sense to Captain Raven or Officer Raven. He will respond in giant, the pleasure was mine, and bows.
As you do, you see that the wooden bird head on top of the staff will tilt around like it's animated, will hear what you say, and will chatter into his ear, and he will nod at you.
So, keeps a low bow and then steps backwards.
What's the pole?
Let's go back to Geamhradh. So let's get another strength athletics check.
Can I Misty Step to the top and then ring the gong, please?
Yes, you can. You Misty Step up to the top, right next to Herumph on this small platform. You ring the gong.
Wow.
Congratulations, cadet. You have passed.
Flanger.
Next up, Celestial.
Hello.
Hello. So you have picked yourself back up. You've gone back to the ropes. Can we get another dexterity saving throw from you, please?
18.
Okay. So this time, you sort of swing and you can see the hammers coming. You swing your shoulder. You're able to move past as it just goes past you. And then you swing onto the other rope, pull yourself across. Then you will need to make your way up the slippery pole. So can we get a strength athletics check, please?
Yes. Athletics. 4.
4? Okay. So you start to make your way up the pole, and then you slide. And as you slide down, you land and you hit yourself quite hardly on the floor, and you'll be taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, for goodness sake. Stupid dice. Okay.
Herumph is going to lean over the top of the pole and shout down in common, not giant, to brace with your thighs.
Okay. And
Winky
then...
face.
No winky face. He's just very stern, almost like he's telling.
That's what Geamhradh does.
That's fine.
I acknowledge your winky face. Yeah.
And then Vina is gonna go.
Vina.
So she pulls herself back up, and she will make her way to the ropes again, swinging through, makes her way across there. You can see there's a lot more determination on her face now, given the fact that 2 of you have already gotten there and 1 of you was ahead of her. She doesn't seem overly happy with that. She starts climbing the pole. She starts climbing the pole, and she just slips down as well. She was trying to move just with her arms, and just trying to sort of push herself up with just her feet. And she slides down. She's going to take some damage as well. So back to Celestial. It's the 2 of you now, head to head. Everything's on the line. Let's go. Strength athletics check. And I'm going to be saying that Herumph has made the help action on this.
Okay, what does that do for me?
So advantage, I believe.
Yes, it does. It gives you advantage as you listen to him and his advice to Brace.
15.
15. As you follow Herumph's instructions, you are able to sort of, you use your thighs, you hold the pole, 1 arm goes up, other arm goes up, pull yourself up, brace with your thighs, 1 arm goes up, other arm goes up, brace with your thighs. You get to the top.
Herumph is going to hold his hand out as well.
I was going to say, I would absolutely pull her up.
You are pulling her up.
Oh, God.
As you do that, that will help to keep everyone on the platform. But you know that when she extended her hand up, she had this. She had that. You know, you'd helped her out. You're just helping to get her up to that final bit. You ring the gong. As you do, the entire pole and platform that you're on starts to shake, and it just keeps tapping against the head of Vina on the floor.
Oh my God!
I'm going to lean over.
Congratulations, cadet.
Oh.
Thank you.
You have passed.
Herumph? Officer, if I may, not all of us have passed. And this is not a throwing dirt. Vina, you have to get up here. All cadets must pass. And he has a very kind of you could see the shoulders are rounding, and he's much more serious than previous, and a very stern look down the pole. Vina, up.
Oh God.
And she pushes herself up off the ground, and you can see at first she's scowling at you.
On the fucking stare.
And then she sighs, and she's like, "Fine, I'm trying. I am trying my best here."
Do not try. Do.
Come on, Vina.
Are you cheering her on?
Yes.
Not cheering. I'm just very much kind of angry Kratos in Gods of War. Don't do, be better.
I'm just feeling, maybe if I try and be friends with the bitch, she'll be less of a bitch.
She will start to pull herself up, and then she starts to slide a little bit more. She sighs again, she braces with her thighs, and starts pulling herself up, and makes it up to the top. Does anyone extend a hand to help her up?
Yes.
Yep,
yes.
Well as well.
Yes.
She slaps it aside and pulls herself up.
At that point, Herumph will push her off the top of the platform.
You didn't need to be rude about it.
So you push her off.
Herumph, you're gonna get in trouble for this.
Okay, and she takes 7 points of damage as she hits the ground, and you can see that she has been knocked unconscious.
Oh my god!
He will just stare, like complete death in the eyes, looking at her.
Herumph, what have you done?
Is she dead?
To smack away a hand assisting you is a foolish action. Fools do not prosper on the battlefield.
You've killed her.
She is unconscious. You can see the rise and fall of her chest.
She might still die.
On your bad side.
He's just this entire time he's just staring at her.
And that is where we will leave today's episode.
Oh my god!
Mutiny!
I have a badass dad.
Oh my god!
Who didn't allow failure.
Oh my god!
Yep. So,
Wow.
that was fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Once again, thank you to my wonderful players.
Thank you for leading.
Thank you to all of our listeners and viewers out there. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're listening to the podcast in any audio form, leave us a review. Everything helps. Thank you very much, and we will see you again soon as we continue with Spelljammer Academy. All those who want to say bye, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.